I'm pretty impressed. I think I might need a B58. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be test driving a 2017 BMW 340, but not just any 340, one with 4-owner Carfax, 2 accidents, and 100,000 miles. So like a Facebook Marketplace quality 340, but at a dealership, a really sketchy dealership. Now, if you're a BMW enthusiast, you can't make it 5 seconds scrolling on social media or any BMW forum without hearing about how great the B58 is. So I figured, why not put it up to the test? Let's test drive one that I definitely would be hesitant to buy if it were any other engine. Hell, I'm hesitant to buy this thing. It's $20,000, which isn't a terrible price for a 340, but 100,000 miles, a check engine light for a cat and evap leak? Yeah, I don't know about this one. But going from my E90 to this thing, there's some luxuries that my car just doesn't have. That sliding thing, this nice little handle, iDrive, a center console that makes nice sounds when you open and close it, an OEM cup holder delete. The radio is pretty nice. This wood trim isn't super ugly. The door handle doesn't look like Old Yeller used as a chewing stick. Overall, I'm impressed by the interior, but let's be real, we're just here for the B58. I've heard so much about it. Allegedly, it's the best of both worlds between N54 and N55, balancing extreme power potential with reliability. So how is it going to fare with a check engine light and what I suspect to be a cat delete that was not tuned? Let's find out. There's no way. Holy sh! There's no way this car is stock. There is absolutely no way. It has 2 check engine light codes, one for an evap leak and the other one for a issue with the catalyst, catalytic converter. So I'm assuming that it has a cat delete and they didn't tune it. But this thing feels tuned. Like AC is on sport mode. I don't know. B58, yeah, super robust engine, but for spec, to my knowledge, the horsepower is only marginally above what the N55 and N54 is. I've driven plenty of those at this point. I've driven plenty of stock N55s to N54s. This feels like MHD2, like easily. Like this feels wild. Holy fucking shit. Jesus Christ, yeah, bullshit, this thing is stock. Either the B58 like significantly outperforms the N54 and N55 stock for stock, or this thing is tuned. Definitely catalyst downpipe, but like catalyst downpipe alone isn't gonna do that much. This thing is not stock. There's no way this car is stock. I have no doubt in my mind that this car is modified. I mean, there's literally no way. Granted, it's rear-wheel drive versus X-Drive, but still, like, dude, this thing pulls, like, hard. Like, very hard. It is not in good condition. Like, this car is like a 4-owner Carfax, high mileage after a couple years special. Like, this is not a good car. Like, this is a great car. Like, BMWs are unreliable. Holy fucking shit. Yeah, no. This is not a stock car. There's no way. This pulls way too hard. The drive's surprisingly smooth, considering it says it has a low tire in the back. I mean, it felt okay, but it says it's low. It doesn't say how low, which is surprising. But like, yeah, this thing runs very happily. Turbo noises for days too, which could be a bad thing too. Not sure yet. Again, first B58. When I got my N55, it also made turbo noises, and after a couple months I found out that the Schraw clamp in the middle had actually come undone, and the Schraw was basically like teetering on like self-detonation. Thankfully it hadn't, and it was still in balance, so I was able to just get a new clamp, and that did that. But it did make some cool noises up till then. My friends used to be like, oh wow, you can hear the turbo whistle. And I was like, yeah, that's sick. And I went to the mechanic, he was like, yeah, you shouldn't be able to do that, it's N55. But yeah, this is fun. I actually might be a big fan of the B58. I would love to know if it's actually stock or not though, because I'd hate to have the unrealistic expectation that this is just how they're gonna feel stock. That being said though, B58, very, very robust platform in general. I mean, it's a good example of BMW turning a new leaf with reliability. You don't have the rod bearing issues of the N55, and you don't have the everything else issues of the N54, but you have the power potential of the N54. Obviously, previous owner and how they took care of the car is going to impact your experience a lot, but like, I don't know, just driving this thing right now, like, this feels quite nice. Like, I am pleasantly surprised, especially for what is probably one of the worst Carfax, like, condition 340s I've ever seen. I mean, like, blatant cat delete, dealer won't even really fully acknowledge it, just says, yeah, you know, I've seen cars like this before. Overall, really satisfied with the trim too. I mean, I was a little skeptical of the electric steering wheel. I actually haven't had a electric steering wheel BMW before. I've only had hydraulic. When I drove an M5, they have the hydraulic feel electric too, so it's like a little bit different. I like the size too. It feels lightweight, it feels nimble. That probably has a lot to do with the fact it's rear wheel drive and I have X drive currently. So yeah, no, overall, pretty satisfied with this car though. I'm not gonna get this fucking car because it's definitely a piece of shit. Like, I'm not gonna buy a four owner, 100,000 mile, 3 accident, cat delete, check engine light, $20,000 340. I'm gonna buy a nicer 340, or I'm gonna buy one like this from a junkyard that's priced as it should, not at $20,000. But yeah, no, overall, I'm pretty impressed. I think I might need a B58. Thanks for watching, and make sure to like and subscribe for future content. I've got a lot more coming.